Good afternoon, class. Today we're going to go over what a persuasive essay is. We're going to go over the objective, the topic, and the key points in a persuasive essay. We're also going to go over the definitions that I want you to focus on when demonstrating a persuasive essay, as well as the handouts that are going to be used for today. Okay, so like I said, the topic is a dress code, and we're going to see whether or not how many of you are for or against dress code, and we're going to discuss it as a class. Okay, so the objective is to understand the primary purpose of a persuasive essay. The topics are the discussions that we're going to have in class. We're going to have a class discussion. We're going to have a persuasive essay handout, which we're going to go over today. A graphic organizer, which is a part of your assignments. We're also going to have a research activity where you're going to introduce yourselves to your partner. You're going to discuss what your objectives are when it comes to your persuasive essays, as well as research your topics, okay? And then we're going to present it to the class. So whichever strengths or whichever persuasive essay has more influence than the other, they're going to present it to the class to see which one has a stronger argument, okay? We're going to be focusing on the reading objective, the listening objective, the writing, the speaking, and the viewing different purposes, okay? And don't forget, tomorrow we're going to have a homework assignment, the 2-page persuasive essay, which we're going to go over today. Okay, so let's get started. So persuasive essay. The definition of a persuasive essay is persuasive writing intended to convince readers to believe an idea and do an action. So, Crystal, what can you tell me about persuasive writing that will grab your attention to what this definition means?
It intends to convince.
Okay, let's go ahead and highlight it. How about the hook? So the hook's definition is serves an attention-grabbing element. This means the sentence is engaging and interesting. So what about this definition will help you remember what it means?
I believe attention grabbing.
Okay. Last term is evidence. Okay, evidence means the body of facts or information indicating whether the proposition is valid. So what about this definition, evidence, will help you remember what it means?
I think what stands out the most is information and probably facts.
Okay. Okay, so these terms I want you to focus on when providing your persuasive essay. So I need you to focus on convincing the readers that your opinion is strong enough to persuade them that it is correct, okay? The next one is the hook. When you're researching, which we're going to get into in a minute, when you're researching your hook, you're going to want to find something that's attention grabbing. So whether or not you're for or against dress code, you're going to let them know, okay, let's see, if you're for dress code, give me reasons as to why you feel dress code is important. And as for those that are against it, let me know or give me reasons as to why you feel that they should not be implemented in a school district. You're going to find evidence through your research to provide background knowledge for this persuasive essay. Okay, for evidence, body of facts. Now, you're going to be looking for articles, journals, maybe even news reports that suggest that maybe dress code isn't important in a school district, or they are important. There's a lot of meanings to that. There could be bullying, there could be body shaming, and of course a lot of dress codes also represent equality sometimes. So you're going to get to choose between the two, okay? So let's move on to a class discussion. So Crystal, what do you feel that the persuasive essay you're going to write about is for or against dress code?
Me personally, I would actually be for.
Okay, for dress code, and why?
Right now in this day and age, I believe a lot of body shaming is happening. There's a lot of bullying. I believe that would actually be very beneficial to equalize all the students that we have here at the school.
Okay, well that's good amount of evidence. Okay, does the class agree? Okay, Priscilla, what is your objective in dress code?
I would actually be against it.
And why would you be against it?
I would actually want something more that specifies me or portrays myself, my creativity. And I feel that taking that away from me is not allowing me to express myself fully.
Okay, and see, these issues are important. We're not all going to have the same opinions. So it's completely understandable that nobody's going to have the same meaning or purpose to the topic. Okay, so we went over and had our class discussion. We're going to go over to the persuasive handout. So with this persuasive handout, you're going to let me know whether or not you are against the dress code, and you're going to explain to me your reasons why you're against it, okay? The second one is for dress code. So you are going to let me know if you are for dress code, and you're also going to explain to me why. I also listed some topics that could help you with your persuasive essay. Some of them include dress code represents equality. Dress code eliminates personality. Dress code is unfair. Schools should not have a dress code. Schools should have a choice in what they wear. Dress codes are for private schools. Dress codes are professional. Dress codes do not discriminate. Dress codes decrease bullying. And schools should enforce dress codes. Now, these are about 10 topics that you can choose from that benefit the for dress code or against dress code. So at the bottom, I'm going to have you pick 3 statements that I provided above, and of course, there's one that states other. So you can choose. If you have any other opinions, you can choose them as well. You're going to choose 3 topics that you feel persuade the audience and explain why you chose those topics. So this in itself, this handout is going to be notes and a reflective, it's going to be help you reflect on the essay that I'm going to have you do for homework, okay? After we go over this, we're going to move on to the graphic organizer. So let's go ahead and have you go over this real quick. I'm going to have Priscilla and Miss Crystal, you're going to be in a group, and you're going to explain your reasoning for the against and for dress code. Now let's keep in mind, class, that none of us are going to have the same opinion, so let's be very respectful to each other's opinions. Okay, so let's go over this handout. Okay, so Miss Crystal, you and Priscilla chose that your essay on against dress code was accurate. Now let's go ahead and explain to the class why you guys chose that your essay or your reasoning for against dress code is better.
For against, we both came to the conclusion that we believe that every child should be allowed to express themselves, and of course there's a lot of financial reasons as to why it might be more beneficial to the school to allow people to be more freely dressed, because of course not everybody has a lot of money. Sometimes uniforms tend to be a little more pricey, and it allows them to stay within their means without overdoing it as well.
Okay, so does the class understand that? A lot of the reasonings for dress codes, it's because a lot of parents cannot afford dress codes. A lot of teachers implement it, but they don't all agree with it. But for this case, after Crystal explaining her reasonings, we're going to go on to the graphic organizer. Now, what this graphic organizer does, it simplifies your essay into topics. So what's going to happen is you're going to provide a topic, which is your reasoning for or against dress code, your purpose. So what is the purpose for choosing that topic, okay? You're going to state your opinion clearly. Explain to me why you chose your topic, okay? And it says use linking words, phrases like because, therefore, since, for example, and for instance, the content of your opinion in reasoning. For one, you're going to state what's your first reasoning, what's your second reasoning, what's your third reasoning. And then within those reasonings, you can combine them into paragraphs, will then lengthen your essay, okay? Because remember, we're going to need 2 pages, okay? Your last one is your concluding statement. So don't forget, when you write an essay, I am looking for your introduction paragraph, your 3 body paragraphs, as well as your conclusion. Now, because this essay is going to be pretty lengthy, I want you to give me detail of your reasoning for this opinion, okay? So let's go ahead and stay within your groups, and we're going to have you go ahead and write your graphic organizer, okay? All right, guys, now that we're back and we've understand the persuasive essay handout, and we also understood the opinion writing of the graphic organizer, we're going to go into research, okay? So we've already finished these 2 here. We're going to go into research, and I want you guys to research any journals, any articles, maybe even video reports that either discriminate or they are for dress code, okay? And with this, you're going to use these 2 handouts to help you organize your statement. So it's going to be your hook. So remember, your hook is the attention grabbing. So you want to find an article or a video or anything that will help you hook the audience to feel that your persuasive essay is accurate, okay? We're gonna have 30 minutes to research your papers, and we're gonna go ahead and get into groups again, okay? Alright guys, so now that you've already researched what you're going to be talking about on your persuasive essay, don't forget it's due tomorrow. This research paper is supposed to be very helpful. By using your notes and reflecting on them and your research, you should have annotated per paragraph what your research means. This will then help you persuade the reader or convince them, as well as give them provide attention or grabbing elements to the essay, as well as factual information from the research to help write out your persuasive essay. Okay. Next, we're going to present. So this is already the next day that we're teaching. So now that everybody has brought back their 2-page handout persuasive essay, I want you to exchange with somebody that you have not spoke to in class and make sure that they have the opposite opinion as you. So if you had chose that you're for dress code, I want you to switch your essay to somebody that was against it. So go ahead and do that now. Okay, with that, after you finish that, I want you to tell me whether or not your opinion changed. Did the student provide enough evidence and an attention-grabbing hook that persuaded you that dress code should be or should not be used in class, okay?